Chapter 2. The Missing Box. Saladin put on his coat and quickly left his office. It was much hotter outside in the street. A hot, dusty wind was blowing between the tall buildings. Saladin jumped into a taxi. The streets were full of cars and the taxi moved slowly. It took a long time to get to the Nile Hotel. A policeman was standing at the door of the hotel. "I'm sorry," said the policeman. "No one is allowed into the hotel." Saladin showed the policeman his identity card. Department of Antiquities. Security. Inspector Saladin Al-Nur. NR 00491. The policeman took Saladin to his chief. Luckily, Saladin knew this officer. It was Inspector Ahmed, a school friend of Saladin's. Ahmed took Saladin upstairs to Pearson's room. Pearson was lying on the bed. There was a knife in his chest. "Why are you interested in this man?" Ahmed asked Saladin. "Do you know him?" "His name is Pearson," replied Saladin. "He is an archaeologist. He was working in this house. He was leaving Egypt soon, and I wanted to see him." "Why was he murdered?" Ahmed asked Saladin. "I don't know," replied Saladin. There were some boxes standing against the wall. Saladin pointed to them. "Perhaps there is something valuable in these boxes," said Saladin. "We must open them." Ahmed brought in two policemen and they started to open the boxes. Saladin looked carefully round the room. There were some papers on the table beside the bed. Saladin picked them up. There was a map under the papers. On the map were the words Valley of Sar. "This may be important," thought Saladin. "I'll take them with me and look at them later." Saladin folded the papers and the map and put them carefully in his wallet. By this time, the policeman had opened the boxes. There was nothing important in them. The boxes were full of spades and other things for digging. "There is nothing important or valuable in these boxes," said Saladin. "We must speak to all of the hotel staff. Perhaps one of them noticed something unusual." The manager brought the staff to Ahmed and Saladin. They asked each person many questions, but they didn't learn anything important. Pearson's map. Valley of Sar, Wadi al-Sar. Sayala, Tomb of Ankuten. Then Saladin had an idea. "Who carried these boxes to this room?" he asked the manager. The manager brought back two porters. "Did you carry these boxes into this room?" Saladin asked the porters. "Yes," they replied. "How many boxes were there?" asked Saladin. "6 boxes," replied the first porter. "I carry 3 and my friend carry 3. Saladin looked at the boxes. There were 6 of them. No one had taken a box. "Wait a moment," said the second porter. "You are wrong. There were 7 boxes. You carry 3, I carry 3. But that makes 6 boxes, not 7, said Ahmed with a smile. "You can't count." "I can count," replied the porter. There were 7 boxes. Mr. Pearson carried one into the room himself. It was a heavy box, but it was smaller than the others. "That is the box which is missing," Saladin said to Ahmed. "There is something valuable in that 7th box. When we find the 7th box, we'll find the murderer."